In this particular video, we will look into the structure of monocot root. The structure of monocot root is similar in many respects to the dicot root. Now, we will look into different parts which are present in the case of monocot root. So, the outermost layer that we talk of is the epidermis. Epidermis in the case of roots is called as epiblemma. So the same condition was present in the case of dicot root and the same epiblemma is present in the case of monocot root. In monocot roots also, this epiblemma will give rise to the root hairs and the same case was present in the case of dicot roots also. Now, below the epidermis, cortex will be present. Cortex can have three layers, that is hypodermis, general cortex and endodermis, but in the case of roots hypodermis is absent and it was absent in dicot roots also and it will be absent in the case of monocot roots also. So just two layers will be present, one will be the general cortex and a single layer endodermis will be present. If we look into this diagram, then below this epidermis, all these layers, these are a part of general cortex, and then there will be endodermis which will be present here. After this, all the structures which are present below this endodermis, those structures are collectively called as stele. So we can say that stele has pericycle, it will have vascular bundles as well as pith will be a part of stele. The same classification was present in the case of dicot roots also. Now, if we talk of the first structure, that is pericycle, so we can look into this diagram that the cells which are present below this endodermis, those are parts of pericycle. Now, pericycle will give rise to lateral roots only. So, this is the part in which it will differ from dicot root. Because in the case of dicot roots, pericycle gave rise to lateral roots as well as vascular cambium. But in this case, monocot roots, it will give rise to only lateral roots and it will not give rise to vascular cambium. So that is a major difference between the two types of roots. Now, below this pericycle, there will be vascular bundles which will be present. Vascular bundles will be radial both in the case of dicot root and monocot root. So, these are radial. Radial obviously means that xylem and phloem will be present at different radii. In this diagram, we can see that these reddish structures are the part of xylem and those purple cells are part of phloem. So, both are present at different radii. So, the condition is radial. Now, in the case of monocot roots, these xylem bundles will be usually more than 6. So, we will say that poly-arc condition is present over here. If we talk of this condition, it was different in the case of dicot roots. In the case of dicot roots, these will be 2 to 4, but in the case of monocot root, these bundles are more than 6. So, this is again a point of difference between dicot root and monocot root. After this, the condition is exarch. Exarch condition means that protoxylem will be present outside. So, in this diagram, we can see that a smaller protoxylem is outside and larger metaxylem is inside. So, the condition is exarch and the same condition was present in the case of dicot roots as well. After this, we talk of the next condition that vascular cambium is absent. So, we looked into this point when we were talking about pericycle also, that in this only lateral roots will be arising over here. But vascular cambium will be absent. Vascular cambium was present in the case of dicot roots, but here it is absent, and if vascular cambium is absent, obviously there cannot be any secondary growth in the case of monocot roots. After this, a small part conjunctive tissue is present. It is same as was present in dicot roots, and innermost is the pith. So pith is this innermost part. In this part, pith, it is different from dicot roots because there it was small, it was not very well developed. But in the case of monocot roots, it is large and well developed.